All about the new tax forms for tax year 2018 when you're filing in 2019. We're going to look at the new forms directly from the IRS.Gov. It's all updated now. In fact, if you go to IRS.Gov, you'll see the very first link on there will be what I'm showing you here. So stay tuned. Of course, subscribe if you're interested in the stuff we talk about here at Heritage Wealth Planning. We talk about taxes, retirement planning, financial planning. Planning. We talk about planning. So subscribe, share the link with other folks who might be of interest in this, and of course, comment as well. So let's dive right into this. And of course, thumbs up always help me too. All right, so I just went to IRS. Well, I tell you what, let's just go IRS.gov. All right, .gov. And what you'll find here is you'll see very quickly, you'll see your new tax forms right there, 1040. Schedules 1 through 6. So we're IRS.gov. Click on down here, forms and instructions right there. And that's what we're going to click on here today. And we'll go over some of these in a pretty quick video. So let me make this a little bit bigger. All right, so about Form 1040, U.S. individual tax income returns. Form 1040 is used by taxpayers to file an annual tax return. Who knew? For tax year 2018, you will no longer use 1040A or 1040EZ because basically everything is pretty much EZ now. But instead, we'll use a redesigned 1040. Many people only need to file 1040 and no schedules. I'm telling you, Tax Foundation says 90% of people will file a simple 1040 just taking the standard deduction. So you don't need to go crazy about all your tax stuff, my friends. However, if your return is more complicated, for example, you claim certain deductions or credits or owe additional taxes, you'll need to complete one or more of the new 1040 schedules. Below is a general guide of the schedules to see what you need to file based on your circumstances. Individuals who filed their federal tax return electronically last year may not notice any changes as the tax return preparation software will automatically use their answers to the tax questions to complete the 1040 and any needed schedules. Yeah, so basically if you're just going back to TurboTax, and by the way, if you use TurboTax, I'll put a link in the show notes. If you use it through my link, I get a 10% commission or something like that. It's not much, but I'll take it. So if you're going to use TurboTax, you want to support old Josh, click the link in the show notes. All right. So here they're talking about if you use a TurboTax, it'll automatically put the new info into the old info into TurboTax under the new tax planning forms that we have. So here's a 1040, and I talked about this a couple of different videos, but now that's officially out there on the IRS website, it's pretty cool to see. And what you'll see here is you'll see the first page, basically who you are. You got your dependents. You sign in right there. I mean, it's literally it's awesome. Your name. If joint, your spouse's name, your social, your spouse's social, standard deductions. And no, I mean, if you're born before January 2nd, 1954, what would make January 2nd, 1954 such an important number? Oh, because that's when it comes down to if you can file the restricted application or not on your Social Security benefits. Interesting. So if you were born before January 2, 1954, or your spouse, your address, your dependents, sign there. That's it. So now we go to page 2. Wages are line 1. Standard deduction or itemized deduction is line 8. All right. Now QBI is line 9, and qualified business income, which is a big deal if you're a S corporation. I'm sure it's an LLC too. Don't know if it's sole proprietor. Just don't know. But anyway, that's line 9. So basically, you take your wages, you take your tax exempt interest here, you take your qualified dividends here, you add them all up. You take your IRA pension annuity distribution, all that. You take your Social Security benefits, all that. So you take all of this stuff. What's your taxable interest? What's your qualified dividends? What's your ordinary dividends? Blah, blah, blah. All adds up there. And that's your total income. Line 6. You go down here to line 7, adjusted gross income. If you have no adjustments to make, all right, that would be above the line deductions, essentially, if you add $4,000 to a traditional IRA, whatnot. Go down here to line 8 for your standard or itemized deductions. Remember, if you're a standard deduction, if you're married filing jointly and you're under the age of 65, $24,400, I believe, this year. If you're over the age of 65, married filing jointly is $27,000. So you take your AGI, subtract your standard deduction. A probably not going to have any QBI, and number 10 is your taxable income, and literally that is it. It could not be any simpler, and that's why it's pretty cool actually to see that for sure. Oops. So what we want to do is go back here I'm going to do another video actually on the California standard or the taxes for California if you leave the state mid-year. All right. So if you have other additional income such as capital gains, unemployment compensation, prize or award money, gambling, have any deductions to claim such as student loan interest, deductions, self-employment taxes, or other educator expenses. And so we'll just click on this guy right here. All right, let's see what this is about. This is Schedule 1 on the new 1040. And we'll just kind of give a brief run through here. You got your taxable refunds, alimony, business income. So that's your Schedule C. So they still have Schedule C there. That's your business income or loss. Capital gains is still Schedule D. So capital gains or loss is Schedule D. Rental real estate, partnerships, farm income, unemployment compensation. Let's see. Here is your IRA deduction. So this is, again, an above-the-line deduction right here. All these things were used to be called above-the-line deductions. They pretty much still are for the most part if you're taking deductions, education expenses, educator expenses, whatnot. And there you go. And that's it. That's your Schedule 1. So no different than last year. You still got to, most people aren't going to have that, though, actually. Most people aren't going to have Schedule 1 anymore because they're not going to do any itemization whatsoever. Now, those are above-the-line deductions, student loans, not student loans, traditional IRAs, deduction, education expense deduction, those kind of things are above the line. Schedule C is for your capital gains. That's still here. Schedule C. Schedule C for your personal your business income is still here. Schedule D for your capital gains is still there. All those schedules in that regard are still there in terms of if you have various capital losses or capital gains and whatnot, business income, business losses, whatnot. So other tax, self-employment tax, household employment tax, additional tax on IRA or other qualified retirement plans. Now let's just take a look at what Schedule 4 is. Schedule 2, because the Trump tax bill, AMT isn't going to pay much to anybody anymore, thankfully. We already looked at Schedule 1. Schedule 3, non-refundable credit other than a child tax credit. And we're not going to talk about that. And we're not going to talk about schedules. So basically, Schedule 1 and Schedule 4 are the things you're probably looking at here. And here's Schedule 4. Let's take a look. Other taxes, and that's it, huh? Self-employment tax, all right. Household employment tax, repayment of first-time home buyer, healthcare, individual. That is still in the case for 2018. But they did get rid of the individual mandate for 2019, so that will be gone, thank the good Lord. And that's it. So self-employment taxes will fall here under other taxes, unreported Social Security, other additional taxes on IRAs, other retirement plans, and other tax favored accounts, 5329. So pretty not much there either. So basically just Schedule 1 that you really got to pay much mind to. And then, of course, Schedule C, D, and B, you'll still need to pay attention to for sure. So that's it, man. I mean, I like it. I like what we're seeing here. We'll see if this stays in place going into 2026. But for right now, it looks good. I'm a big fan of the new tax bill. I love it. I love this new form. It's easy to fill out. And I think it'll make it a lot easier for a lot of people as they go forward. So this is just IRS.Gov. Scroll down. It's right there on the front page. And don't forget to subscribe. Go Patriots. We got the Super Bowl coming up. I'm stoked, man. Tom Brady, can he get 6? 6. That's a big number. Number 6. Oh, man. 2 for the thumbs. So we already have 1 for the thumb. Can we get 2 for 1 for each thumb now, huh? All right. So don't forget to subscribe, comment, share this video. If you're going to use TurboTax, use my link I put in the show notes, and we'll see you next time at the Heritage Wealth Planning YouTube channel. Thanks, guys.